This is how the cards are laid. You either pick me to be on my side, Triple H, the game with Evolution. This is the Evolution Triple H. If you're with me, we're unstoppable. We can shut it down. We can take over the world. You know, but if you choose Shawn Michaels, however, you will be part of the world I'm against. And then he told Triple H told Kevin Nash as well. While you do get on my side, he let him know straight up, you will be one step behind me. I'm the general, I'm the world champion. It's only fitting I call the shots. You will be with me, but I'm going to run the show, not you. And then Kevin Nash gave him a look like, what you mean I'm be behind you? He said, I'll call the shots. And then he told Kevin Nash, you got some time. It's either me or Shawn Michaels. And then he gave Kevin Nash some good points. He said, I'm going to let you think about this too, Kevin Nash. The most success you had in your career, the most success I had in my career. It's when you walk away from Shawn Michaels, and Kevin Nash kind of stared at Shawn Michaels and announced, like, that's a good point. So, and I believe,
Amazing storytelling, man.
mm-hmm,
Amazing storytelling comes behind these Hell in the Cell matches and feuds, yo. Because this is that story is equally as amazing with all the twists and the turns as this story that's over a bracelet. Literally, the story is over a bracelet. Wow, man. Wow. So what man? All right, so now break down the match. How do we get to the match to where we get Mick Foley, we get Triple H, and we get Kevin Nash in the Hell in the Cell?
well, if you remember, Kevin Nash and Triple H, they had a match at Judgment Day back in May. It was for the World Heavyweight Championship. But Triple H, he won the match. Well, he didn't win the match. He actually, it was a disqualification. So Kevin Nash won a match, but championship can't change hands through the DQ. This is when
Right.
Triple H was using a sledgehammer. He was attacking all the referees in the match. And if you remember, and that was a good match too. Yesterday, Kevin Nash and Triple H. Not a bad match either. This is where Kevin Nash did the Jackknife powerbomb over the announce table on Triple H. So he beat Triple H up bad. He did give it to Triple H, but see Triple H got DQ. So Stone Cold, the general manager at the time, he said, okay. He was asking referees around. He told Triple H, Triple H, you use the sledgehammer to retain your title. I understand you're a champion, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you're Stone Cold Force from former world champion himself. He said, this is what we're gonna do. This is getting crazy because him and Kevin Nash kept having a brawl out or brawl, whatever. We gonna we it's gonna he Stone Cold announced it will be Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match. But here's the key: he asked all the referees, I think it was Tim White, Earl Hebner, who's gonna referee this match? And refs said, we're not doing that. We're not refereeing no match by him. He just knocked out all these referees in the last match with the sledgehammer. And this guy, he took this ref out and that ref out. No referee wanted to referee that match. And then Stone Cold, Eric Bischoff, Coach Jim's like, what we gonna do about bad blood? We need a referee. Nobody wants to referee a Triple H championship match. And then Stone Cold made the announcement. I found the one person sick enough, crazy enough to referee this match. That's how Mick Foley was introduced as special guest referee. You know, so and
Okay.
yeah. Well, at first Triple H, when he heard about it, he said, Mick Foley, you, I recommend you bow out or be a referee because if you don't, I'm going to beat you up. And Mick Foley said, I don't care if you want to beat me up. Him and Triple H had a brawl, and Mick Foley was giving it to Triple H at first. Then Triple H got a steel chair. He hit him on Raw, and he gave him a pedigree on top. He gave him a pedigree, and when Triple H walked out the ring, Mick Foley got up and he counted 1, 2, 3. And Triple H said, "Okay, you want to get up like that? Let me give you another pedigree." And he pedigreed him. He was down. And Kevin Nash came out. They brawl went out, and Kevin Nash jackknifed Triple H to the ground. He pinned him, and Mick Foley counted 1, 2, 3, saying, "Hey, if I could beat him now, I should beat him in Hell in a Cell." That's the setup for the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood, and that's how we got that match.
Man, that was great storytelling. And what's your take on the match? What's your take on that match?
I think it was a great story because if you look at it, like I said earlier, Kevin Nash had the other match won, but Triple H, had a disqualification. Had it not been DQ, Kevin Nash probably could have beat Triple H to become world champion. So it's only fair if he got a second shot at it. But this was better because this was ending, and I said it before, Hell in a Cell ends the feud. And we knew that when that Hell in a Cell came with those two, that feud was over. And I think, like you said, Kevin Nash put on one of his best performances. He didn't botch or anything. Him and Triple H, it was a very good offense from both ends, actually. It was not one dominating the other. It's just Triple H, he comes up at the end and he dominates. As you see, he hit Mick Foley with with the chair and everything. But it was a good match between Nash and Triple H. It was a very solid match.
Very solid match. And like you said, like we pointed out, they had very great chemistry together. These guys got very good chemistry together. And was this the whole quad incident?
That
We didn't touch.
was I did. That's how he was
Okay.
out for 9 months. That's how he was out
Okay.
for 9 months. That was when he's a part of NWO. Um, that's when he's a part of NWO. I think he may have had problems with it again. I'm trying to remember because Kevin Nash wasn't around much longer after '03. '04 he was gone.
Okay.
I don't know if he got released or I can't remember go back that far. But this was the last full year we saw Kevin Nash in WWE until like 2011 or something like that. So I don't know if Kevin Nash got released because remember this is right before Kevin Nash went TNA. I think a couple years later he went TNA. So I think this might. I think he was a summer. I know he's a SummerSlam of that year. He's a part of that. That Elimination Chamber match. I remember that. But I don't think. I think that was the last match of Kevin Nash. I think that was the last one. A singles
Was
match. I mean,
was he caught up in that? Was this after the plane ride from hell? Was he caught up in that whole plane ride from hell?
that was 2002, a year before. I don't think. I think Scott Hall was not so much him.
Right. 'Cause he
Not
wouldn't
not
have been
so.
able to make this match. He wouldn't have been able to
That
make
was
this
Scott. If
event.
anything, it would have. But Scott Hall, like I said earlier, got released. He got released. And I
Okay.
think yeah, but I think Kevin Nash. I want to say Kevin Nash the last year. If I'm not mistaken, I could be off. I believe he left. Yeah, he did. He had neck surgery. That's what happened. He had an injury with his quad. He had neck surgery. He had neck surgery.
Okay.
And I think he got hurt in that SummerSlam Elimination Chamber match. But because he was filming a movie called that Punisher movie. That's why his hair was short.
Right,
But
right, right,
yeah,
right.
he had lost a match against that. But his last match was SummerSlam. He had got neck surgery, and I think that was it. He didn't come back to WWE until years later. Like I said, Kevin Nash was not seen around too much longer. Yeah, if you know, all those old WCW guys phased out. Hogan, of course, Hall, Nash, Goldberg. The only one that really stuck around for the longest was Booker T of old WCW guy. You know,
True.
and Rey Mysterio, and Ray a little bit too. Rey Mysterio, and Booker T. The one guys that really stuck around the longest, and of course, and Jericho, I'm not gonna count him because he came before the merger. Guys that came after the merger.
And do you think this is why Kevin Nash is just so bitter towards the newer guys? Because Kevin Nash just be so bitter towards the newer guys in their contract. And
Yeah, because Kevin Nash, no, he wasn't the guy, the it guy. He was around the it guys like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or Hulk Hogan. He was around them, but he was never the guy for a guy his size. He never was. And my thing with contract, he had a guaranteed contract at WCW. That was really his prime as far as contract goes. WCW was his prime. So I don't understand why he got mad. He had an opportunity. I think he mad because the newer generation got a bigger contract, but the times have changed, and of course, inflation has changed too. So it has to be more money. Things cost more now.
Right? Do we think he's supposed to get paid because he is part of the guaranteed contract bunch? So he think he's supposed to get paid a percentage for everybody that get a guaranteed contract? That guy Nash needs to sit down. He is
Yeah, Nash is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, he talked about Logan, he talked about LA Knight, talked about Punk. I'm like, you had a guarantee. You don't think God? You think the guys before him, Nash, was happy when you got a guarantee contract at WCW? They weren't happy about you either.
Absolutely not. But let's move it right along. Let's move it right.